Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. I should do an intro song, right? Tulemna. Smart woman. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. And as usual, I would like to appreciate everyone, that continues to consume this content, to watch it, to like, to comment, to subscribe. Thank you so much guys. Thank you so much. It's beautiful to know that you have people in your corner right there somewhere, and even when it's the growth season, you'll know that you're not growing alone, you're growing with people and because of people. All right, so thank you so much guys. Okay, as you can see on my title, story time. I have the story today of the guy from Jozi. Okay, so let's get on with it. So there was this time, Kesana, but when I was in Cape Town, I used to work quick gospel shows where I would be the usher. Yeah, I'd be the usher mainly. So it's either you're working at the door or you're working inside when you're an usher. So there was this show, Emakaya. So that time I was working at the door, and I think it was my first time working at the door. Lord, sorry. I think it was my first time working at the door. I was putting in armbands on people. So fine, yeah, I do the job. Most when you do the job, there's just a lot of people, Jay. And not all the time you get to look at the people in their faces and get to see who they are and all that stuff. So I was doing that job that day. And then I finished, I went home. I think a day after, I'm not sure. So I saw an inbox on Facebook, and I don't know the guy. It's my first time seeing him on Facebook or even his whatever. Like I've never seen him before. So I see his inbox and I think I ignored it. No, I didn't. No, let me not lie. I didn't ignore it. I was curious who's greeting me, because I don't know him. Okay, so I reply, well, hi. Then we sort of chat, and then he introduces himself saying, okay, you saw me. I was putting an armband on him, and I'm like, I don't remember you. Obviously I was not gonna remember him, so I can't be curious kesan. So I take a guy bangaba, he would like to meet up with me, yabo. He stays in Joburg, but then corner into that brought him to Cape Town. So he's in Cape Town now. So there's something that brought him to Cape Town. And in my head I'm thinking, okay, no problem, And then no problem. I met up with him a few days later. I met up because I was still in school, right? So I met up with him a few days later because we had exchanged numbers. So now we were chatting on WhatsApp. Nothing serious, but I sort of knew where it was going. I sort of knew, I'm not sure if you mentioned it on Facebook or what, or on WhatsApp. I can't remember very well, but I sort of got the idea of what he wants. So yeah, I wanted to hear him. Oh yes, sorry, he did mention on WhatsApp that he came to Cape Town because he wants to open ibandla, to start a church. He's starting to become a pastor. And then secondly, also he came to Cape Town because God said he must come to Cape Town for me. How special. So I was like, okay, it's interesting. And at that time, okay, Jonga, dan vuta. So if kwinqoko yakho now you're gonna include God, the Holy Spirit, that say I am all in, like you could just easily fool me, because like uzo include a whole inkosi. You get what I'm saying? So I felt like, hey man, there's some heavenly things there, some spiritual things, so I was like, let's meet up, no problem. I came. Okay, so we meet up with the guy, right? I remember he fetched me a Lokshiniam, but he taxi stop, because he couldn't go to my house like and fetch me. The neighbors were gonna be in shockary. It's never happened before, so yeah. So I was like, I can and then we drove to Lookout Hill, and then we sat there. I guess guy, my bag like he said his story, like what he wants, how he feels, his vision, everything. And money, he was speaking. To be honest, it was easy for me to, I'm not saying he was fooling me, but it was just easy for me to take with everything that he was saying, because he was putting it in a smart way, in a very clear way. And as I said, he was mentioning God in all of this thing, like the Holy Spirit, God, all of those things that a born again or a young born again Christian, that's a female, would want to hear from a guy. So yeah, I listened and I heard, and I was like, hey, this is the first time I'm hearing this. This guy is matured. This guy knows what he's talking about. Maybe. So now the thing with the guy, but then I had my doubts, I can say, because the guy was older than me. Like I was like 20. I think I was 20. Yeah, I think I was 20. At that time I was still 20. And he was just, he was 32, 35, 32, in those ages. So he was older than me. And then the second thing was that he wanted to be a pastor. And then me and pastors, like it just was never gonna work. Like, no. So that was izinto that I was like, hey, kodwa but mamelek. But it's just those things, right? Okay, guys, so we continue chatting. So we continue chatting, and we chat. I think we met 2 times, because there was a time where he took me to school. So we'd chat nalapo and all that stuff. And then the last day where he was leaving, he asked me a question and said, so mamfene, would you say you'd be able to stand me? Ngakwazi unyamezela. And I'm like, ewe. That was my response. So that question is actually more like a proposal. You saying, yes, I agree. I mean, yeah, ndiyakuvuma. It's literally saying that now that I think about it. But yeah, I said, ewe. And then he said, but I think it was in July. He said, "But okay, he's gonna come back in December, and he wants to speak to my dad." And I'm like, huh? He wants to speak to my dad, so that like he can lobola me and marry me. And I'm like, yo, my dad? Sure, okay. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. But shame, honestly, I was like, I know it. That one is just too big. It's too big. I mean, where I know bang about, okay, he wants to marry me, but this year, I'm 20. What do you mean? Hi. And then, but yeah, guys, at the back of my mind, I'm already taken. To be honest, I'm already taken. I'm already, starting to think about the future. I remember I had told my girls about it. I had told my girls about it, about him and stuff. Yo, guys, I forgot to mention. So the first day we met, he bought me a bunch of flowers. Roses. Ezingakanani, like a huge bunch. Hayibo, and the level sanam. So he bought me those roses, and then it doesn't keke plastic aka Pick and Pay. So he gave it to me while in the car, and I looked at them and was like, yo, ezingaka. Thank you. That's back because I don't know what I'm gonna do with flowers. Like, don't buy me flowers. I don't want flowers. What am I gonna do with flowers, guys? I mean, no, I'm not those girls. Buy me food. Buy me food, not flowers, because I don't have a vase. Where's at that time? I'm staying in Kaya and Tatam and my siblings. Ivaz eko, most ivaz esekhaya zigcwele izipeliti, ipene ezindala, like broken things. Inava zongoza futhi ivaz legala amanzi fake flowers. And another thing is that uzonithula stopping ese taxi diselokishini, and I have to walk and pass like how many streets? 1, 2, 3 streets before I get to my street with a bunch of flowers. And hayibo, abantu baselokishini are busy looking at me, but hayibo, girl, hey, high levels, don't church. I was like, no. So now after enhlise emotweni uyangikhwaza, he's calling me, ba, come get your flowers. I'm like, Nkosi, hayi bhuti, andizukwazi. I literally said that, but hayi andizukwazi, that is thatha kutata his flower. No. Guys, don't buy me flowers. Guys, you should ask women. Not all of us want flowers. Some of us want dijo. Like if he had bought me a burger or nyama or something. Not flowers. No. But anyways, he left Cape Town. So we continued to talk even after he had left Cape Town. We continued to chat. Yo, uguy kesana apha kweli cala yabona ba wayemhle, because I remember the car I would see on his status. I remember Cape Town, he didn't have a place to stay, so he was staying at the hotel. He hired a car for those days, and yeah, so ingxaki started when he started promising me things, like material things, like he's gonna buy me, because my birthday was coming up, that he's gonna buy me a weave. I didn't have a weave at that time. That he's gonna buy me a weave, ini. I'm not that person. I was like, oh, but what I usually do, every time I'm about to make a big decision, I pray to God. And very fortunate at that time for me, I was in a journey of discovery, like with my relationship with God. I was getting to know God more, like on a very personal level. I remember. So I had started to be very open to God. Man, that was the time where I was starting to see God as a friend more than anything. So I remember I'd pray about it. I'd pray about it, like, God, there's this guy and I don't understand by tini into it, like, give me the wisdom to handle this, like, yeah, show up. And then while I'd be praying, I would start seeing things, like, or maybe let's say after prayer, like, I would start Jay, when I think about him, firstly I would have Jay just a bad feeling firstly. And then I remember I had a dream about him. I had a dream about him also, where, like, you know those dreams, ne? And then after you've woken up, you just when a feeling bad about the dream, but when you get to the story of what was happening, nothing hectic was happening. But then the fact that there was this guy and he did this thing, and it wasn't something major, but it just gave you a bad feeling. So that was what happened in that dream. And then I started thinking, man, guys, about hey, this guy is older than me. I am very young. He knows a lot about life. I don't know Zil. I'm still finding myself. Meaning that this guy is gonna have so much power over my life. And then another thing is the fact that he has money. I was like, what if then I marry him? Maybe he doesn't even push me to study because, like, we have everything. Also, now I'm thinking for money that reason to study. That reason to study now, because now we have everything, you know. I'm getting allowance, you never know. So I was like, I've got to be real about this and put my feelings aside, you know, and just be real about it. Before my birthday, because he had promised me these things that he said he was gonna buy me, and I didn't want him to get to that point where now he's buying me things. Anyways, I texted him, shame. I texted him saying, "Ba, Booty, I cannot do it." And we were fine, like, we were not fighting, we were not in. I sat down with God and I said, my guy, no, I'm sorry, I cannot do this thing. I'm sorry, I cannot do it. So, yep, that was it. As much as was Sogolisa, you know, he gave me, a struggle, but I ended things with him. And after that, he still communicated with me, because I remember every time he'd text me, he'd say, Itin, what is that thing? Mama? Oh, Mama, okay. Yeah, he used to he used to say Mama, okay. Oh, like Mama, okay. So even after I had called it quits, he would still call me Mama and stuff. So that's how I say I almost got married. So yeah, that's how I almost got married. And today I thank God. Because I still feel like the things that, you know, I thought of, all of that wisdom, I feel like it was God, and I still think it was gonna be like that even today. That guy was gonna overpower me, even in decision making and stuff, and Nama was gonna feel small because umdala kunami and stuff, yabo. So yeah, that's the story of me and the guy from Jozi, and how I almost got married at 20. Imagine, abanga. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, subscribe. Yeah, guys, comment. I'd like to hear your thoughts and your views on my videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Toodles.